Howard, this is Bruce Dumont. I'm president of the Museum of Broadcast Communications. And
will this be in the Museum of Broadcast?
Yeah, probably will.
I see.
You have suggested that a lot of people around the country have ripped off your act.
Thank you.
Where did you get your inspiration from? And tell us a little bit about how you really did get started in the business.
I am divinely
turned you on.
I am divinely inspired. I used to listen to talk radio as a little kid. I was never turned on by music radio. I always thought it would be interesting to have an FM guy do music and talk at the same time. I started my morning show career when I was in college. I did an hour-long program in 1973 with 3 other guys. We got on, we took phone calls, and we did bits. One of the first bits I ever did was Godzilla Goes to Harlem with a guy named Bruce and Joel and Bob. We were fired in college radio.
For Godzilla Goes to Harlem.
For Godzilla Goes to Harlem, which was considered too controversial.
What talk show hosts you mentioned?
None of them. They all suck. There's nothing good in radio. The competition is, you know, have you heard good radio? I haven't.
He's talking about as you were growing up.
Yeah,
growing up?
Yeah. I mean, was it Joe
well,
Pine,
I would listen to...
Or is Joe Pine a little before?
No, Joe Pine was before
age?
my time, and Joe Pine was a crank. Joe Pine would get on the air and was inconsistent. He would scream about how he wasn't going to smoke. He was going to smoke till the day he died. He got cancer, and you know what? He quit smoking.
Died anyway, then.
Died anyway.
Is talk radio, in your view, is it on the right track now that television seems to be, frankly, ripping off much of what talk radio does?
Well, I think that, quite frankly, television is completely in the ozone, and the stuff that they're putting on, half the people just can't stand. I mean, television audiences are disappearing. And quite frankly, radio has never been on track. We are filled with guys, big fat guys in Hawaiian shirts. That's what radio's come down to.
Well,
there's a big fat guy in every town with a Hawaiian shirt.
In the country, another large-sized guy who's doing very well at the moment is Rush Limbaugh.
Oh, really, is he? Did you look at the ratings on Rush Limbaugh?
No, I'm talking about radio, not...
Take a look at the radio ratings. He's on middays.
But again...
He's on middays, and he doesn't get high ratings.
Would you acknowledge
he's
that
a joke.
At least some impact?
Who, Rush?
Yeah. Does he communicate?
Rush, let me ask you something. Did you ever investigate where Rush Limbaugh was for the last, 15, 20 years? Why he was not even in radio? Rush Limbaugh left radio because he couldn't think of anything interesting to say. Right. He went out and became a salesman. Then he heard me on the radio a couple of years ago with all my balls and all my brass after getting fired all over the country. And you know what? Then all of a sudden Rush said, oh, yeah, I could do that too. You mean I could say what's on my mind? I could go up there and yell and scream and do my thing and be honest. And then he goes on middays. Why doesn't Rush come on in the morning and compete with me for a couple of years? We'll see how funny Rush is.
Is there anyone that's currently working either at the national network or syndicated level that you think is doing a marginally good job, if not a good job?
No.
Other than yourself?
No. No.